train though? Like, wouldn't this make for like a nice like date? Like, we wouldn't have to necessarily go to Aslan. Like, we could stop out someplace in like California, or we could take it towards the coast or the bread basket.
Oh.
Or I don't know if it's technically the bread basket anymore. Maybe it's the soy basket at this point. Yeah.
You know what, doll? That is a fine idea. I think I might. I gotta tell you, this train's nice. It is. I think I might want to do a little shopping around. I'm not fond of the food on board. It's been a little. I'm sure there are other services though that we could look. I'm really just trying to get her away from this train without telling her. Well, sweetie, listen, I'd love to take you on these trains, but there's a whole lot of murders going down, so we're gonna have to go somewhere else.
The food's a little ghoulish.
But I do cover my mouth in case someone can possibly overhear me because I don't want to insult my dear friend Edmund. What'd you say?
You'd break his heart.
I would.
Please insult your good friend Edmund.
No, I love him, but I'll tell her. I say, oh, you know what? That's a great idea. A long trip, maybe a week-long trip, a cruise, a train trip, sightseeing, something like that. That sounds fun. Let's do that. And they'll kind of maybe start spitballing some ideas back and forth planning.
I'm gonna grab a couple drinks.
Alright.
I'm gonna head to Tony's room.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a knock on the door.
So I'll say, you hear from the other side of the door. No, I love you more. No, I love you. No, I love you more. No. All right. No, I really do have to go. No, all right, fine, Bets, you win. Oh, sorry, that's somebody there, darling. I gotta go. I love you. Bye-bye. And hung up. And he answers the door with a little smile that he's, yeah?
He's got there's a bottle on the ground and there's a couple of glasses.
Oh, God.
Hey, he just hands you a glass.
I've shut the door. We're inside sitting.
Yeah. So listen, I think we make a pretty good team. And I was wondering, I got a job I gotta do, kind of after this, a little bit time after. I was wondering if you might want to help?
You mean like right after?
Not right after, but pretty close.
I mean, yeah.
A little time.
Yeah, as long as I got a few days, I gotta get back to see the wife. Like, I don't know if you heard.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine.
What are you thinking?
I got a job for some guys back home, but I don't have a whole lot of the details yet. They're still setting it up, but it's on the East Coast. I was wondering if you might be able to help me out with that.
East Coast. What are you talking? Are you talking Philly? Are you talking Boston? I hear. What'd you say?
Nobody's in Boston.
Nobody's in Boston? Is that real?
It's lockdown.
Philly, Cleveland, Chi-Town.
There's going to be a couple stops, but let's say Philly.
Sure. Yeah, I love Philly. Philly cheesesteaks, delicious.
Delicious. But yeah, I would think we'd need your expertise on some subjects. So, if at all possible, that'd be great.
You don't got enough drug runners in your family? You need to call on me?
Is he?
With their... All right, sure.
With the cantaloupes.
Yeah, small-time fruit operation. I got you. You want to talk to the big boys.
That'd be great. I'll keep you informed then.
Mm-hmm.
All
Hey,
right.
cheers.
Hey. And I'll bounce.
Mother... You stupid mother... It's just so terrible because I have no reason to not trust him.
Exactly.
Absolutely no reason to not
Cold
trust him.
as ice, hot hands.
Especially because it's stupid because as soon as you're like, hey, I think you and I make a pretty good team, Tony's like, like in his head, he's like, I was thinking the same thing.
Guess I will go hang out with Young.
Jung invites you to her room, so then you could make yourself more comfortable, because she says, as much as I love admiring myself, I thought you'd like to make yourself comfortable, we're private, I grabbed a bottle of something, I thought we could just have some girl time. She protects the confidentiality of some of her clients, but she shares some riotous stories.
Oh, Sun is cracking up. She will share some stories. She will edit them down so that it's not, a police story, but Oh,
I thought you were talking about sexual escapades. And I was going to be like, please, right now, just like a short anecdote of one canonical embarrassing thing that happened that you...
One canonical embarrassing thing that's happened. So, one time when they were just...
Is there more Mai Tai stuff?
When we're just starting to go out, and he was still trying to impress me with that whole, machoism thing.
Oh, the bravado of men.
Oh my God,
I've
the
seen
bravado of men. We went to this bar, and I decided to play a little bit of a prank on him, just to kind of knock him down a few pegs, and
gotta remind him where they live.
Exactly. So, we got into a little bit of a competition. A drinking competition.
Oh.
Now, normally, he'd be able to drink me under the table. But this was a bar that I knew, and this was a bartender that I knew.
Okay.
And so when she was pouring us shots of vodka, she was pouring him shots of vodka.
No.
Mm-hmm. And I was getting, water.
Extra hydrated. Gotta
Extra
get
hydrated.
that. Gotta get that glow and shine.
It took about six to have him on the floor. Six. Oh man, the look on his face when I was just polishing off my 7th shot and still perfectly seated on my stool. Oh, that was worth every penny. Like after we've had a few, I'm not drinking to get drunk. I'm sipping, to be polite because I don't drink on the job. But I want to see if she's heard anything about the disappearances that have been going on.
She has not heard anything about the disappearances going on.
Oh, well, okay.
Maybe you want to double check her? Or do you doing trust?
She could be. People
taking that
can
ball?
lie.
I was just saying that she could maybe be lying. Like, I'm guaranteed Samuel's lying to me, but I'm just going to trust him implicitly anyway.
Kill me.
That's the plan.
That's not even true. You're not gonna kill me. You're gonna sell me
3.
to Ares.
How is she seen?
Did he even tell you how much money I'm worth?
She seems
We'll
genuine.
find out.
I've got 5 kids.
Okay.
That was me not figuring out if there was anything for you to roll.
Oh,
For
okay.
that was
I
like,
might.
yeah, no, she doesn't know anything.
Alright,
I was
so...
thinking like maybe a charisma or a negotiation, but I'm like, no, you have spent so much time with her that she's being 100% genuine with you.
Oh.
That's right.
This is what forging a real, lasting relationship is like with an NPC. Drink it in.
Drink it in. She's gonna be the next dead.
Thus begins dinner.
I actually, Tony, when you show up to the table, Tony goes, "How you doing, partner?"
Hey, partner.
Sun will mosey on up to you guys and she'll settle on in and... Hey.
Are you wearing your helmet?
No, the solar flare does come in. She, however, has a brocade veil covering her features, with the exception of her eyes, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
It is a very thin strap, we can say spaghetti strap, black dress with slits that go to her hips. But it's kind of, thinned is not the appropriate word. It has very thin silk-like layers beneath it, so then when she walks, it billows out in this almost transparent but vibrant red fabric.
Jesus.
And based on how the light hits it, there's a similar brocade in particular panels of the dress itself that just kind of shimmer red.
So let's rewind this because that was not the correct response then. So it's Magpie and Tony sitting at the table, and
Mouths agape and dropping
she walks in with
utensils.
this. Tony has tore his eyes away to the menu where they are focused in just years of marital training.
Magpie does not have this training.
Especially not after all the drinking he's done today.
No.
Damn, catsuit.
I know.
So obviously, we're all planning to talk to people at dinner based on just, and you get a kick under the table without eyes even lifting from the menu. We're all planning to talk to people afterwards. So what does everyone think might be the best course of action?
Tony, are you having a
Blindside?
stroke?
What do you think?
Are you okay?
Are you blind and we don't know about it? Is this a thing? No, I'm kidding. I don't say that out loud. But
She's literally the size of a coffee cup to him.
Meanwhile, they're both looking at her like she's a delicious bean dip.
The best bean dip.
more like a delicious scoop of ice cream, but I've been diabetic for 30 years.
I did some digging around. Not everybody knows about the disappearances.
That's good.
Yeah. I guess for the train, at least, not for the passengers. Has anybody else dug up anything?
Edmund, my end with Edmund is liquor, so I kind of forgot it the last conversation we had, but essentially we had the same conversation twice. Listen, he's not in a place to judge.
I know that feeling.
I was going to say, here's what I got. They're merely puppets in Samuel's operation. From what I understand, they essentially stock guard and then unload the fruit.
It's not even really Samuel's operation, so he's not really somebody we need to talk about.
Then whose operation
You didn't get much
is
from
that?
him?
I mean, I got enough.
Well, if he's not giving you much, he's probably lying to you. You gotta know that, right?
We're family. He doesn't lie to me.
Or he's
I
protecting
remember
his
the-
family.
Hey, also,
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. This isn't why we're here. This is a side gig.
Hey, so if it has nothing to do with it, why don't we just get our questions answered and then gloss over this part?
Yeah,
Trust me,
sure,
I'm
it's
not, I'm
all-
no narc. I'm not trying to get anybody in
it's all
trouble. Okay, so he did tell you that then.
I mean, I figured it out.
Not from your cousin. Your
Yeah.
cousin Samuel said nothing. You just kind of, all right, yeah,
He
no.
figured it out.
Well, then who wants to? Do we think he's going to be upfront about his drug meal? Do you think he's going to be upfront about the fruit salad?
I don't think he will be upfront about it, but I think that could be a little convincing.
Yeah, most
Tony-
definitely.
Tony takes a large sip of water,
You-
sets it down, and goes, "Now listen, Dollface. I'm sorry, that was very rude. Now listen, my esteemed colleague. I understand you have
I mentioned
and I mean this in the politest
painful
way.
eye contact.
a higher set of morals than most of us, and I'm sure we can think of another way if you don't want to get.
You don't need to worry about it.
You are a he says he goes. You are a big girl. You make your own decisions. Anybody have a cigarette?
I would. I would request somebody distract the wife.
But you had already started to move. You didn't need my flourish to point at you.
I'll see what I can do.
She doesn't seem to be the brightest, so it shouldn't be too difficult for you.
She seems to like shiny things. I can do that.
Yeah, just
Also be distracted by shiny things?
Yeah.
Well, funny thing about that, you notice as it gets later and later, no one's come to take your orders.
This is getting weird.
Is Pauline in here?
No.
Is anyone in here?
Yes.
Who?
Any staff members? I think was what was meant to be asked there.
No.
No staff members at all.
No.
I'm
What
gonna.
patrons are in here? Since you were about to say that, and I cut you off like a jerk.
Right now there's Kawaku and Oyubo sitting together,
Oh yeah, together suspiciously.
waiting for food.
They're
I
also,
bet they're at a table too, sitting down. Those sons of bitches.
also married?
True. Jung and Samuel are sitting together.
Oh.
and Miguel and Kalani are sitting together because Miguel finally got hungry.
That son of
You spoke to him about Dr. Leavington.
Yeah. Oh, his name got covered. I was looking
And
at my
Professor
list,
Barkington.
and his name got covered up by one of my stickers. Is what happened.
All right, so no Rory, no Pauline then.
No.
So, you think there'd be at least one staff member here to take orders, yeah?
It's usually Rory, isn't it?
It's usually somebody.
I think the holdup's in the kitchen or with the staff.
Probably with the staff.
I'll go find out, because I'm getting hungry.
You go to the kitchen. I'll check the staff lodges.
I was gonna say, sure, somebody ought to check the bar. Maybe,
I'll go with Katsu.
yeah, what a schbach. Schbach?
What?
It was meant to be surprise and shock
Let's keep it.
combined into one word.
That's
What a
a new thing.
schbach.
That's just
It's a dwarf
slang.
thing.
It's slang in
It's
this year.
it's old dwarvish actually. Yeah.
Shabbat.
All right. I would look at you and I would say now might be the time to check on Miguel because this is making me nervous.
He's right over there.
Oh, never mind.
Miguel gives you a thumbs up. Hey.
I look over at him and I go.
Be cool, baby. Damn.
But I will head down to the cooks. I'm gonna head down that direction.
Mhm.
Knock on the door. Peek my head in. If
Yeah.
that's possible.
Edmund opens up and he's like, "Oh, I thought you were Rory."
No, actually, that was what I was talking to you about. Rory, I don't mean to bring the problem straight to the chef or anything like that, but there's no staff in the dining room at all. I thought that was a little weird, but since you and I are friends, I wanted to check on you first.
Yeah.
In case anything, too sus had happened.
Rory's supposed to be working right now. I know right now on our schedule, Michael has his downtime, and Thorsten's been monitoring everything up by the engine since we don't have a conductor to do that
Right.
now. He might have gotten his schedule mixed up with Michael. You could check his room.
Yeah, I can check on my way back.
All right, and he gives you the room number.
Sure.
Give me the room number.
Okay. I've got my friends where I've got them. I don't need to try to. So I'll head back to the dining car with that information.
Blindside, what do you do during this time?
I don't like that Miguel is sitting next to Samuel.
He's not.
Oh no, sorry.
Kawani.
Kawani is sitting next to Samuel.
No, Jiang is sitting next to Samuel.
Kawani's sitting
Sorry,
next to...
my brain just really scrambled this room. Never mind then. I'm just gonna go and look for Thorsten. So I'm gonna go north on the train, towards the front of the train.
He was head staff, right? So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the only like 2 cars ahead of the dining car is the coach car, which is vacant.
Mm-hmm.
When you get up to the engine and you give a knock on the door, you do hear Thorsten respond.
Hey, there's nobody in the dining car.
That's unusual. I'm not sure who's supposed to be working at the moment. Unfortunately, I'm a little busy. I will contact the chefs and have them reach out to the appropriate staff. But no, thank you for bringing this to my attention.
I'm gonna walk away into the next car because it's easier.
Coach
And
car.
Yeah, and I'm gonna call Hot Pants.
Solar Flare and Magpie. What do you guys do during this?
I wanted to go after getting the room number from Tone.
Which I would have called you when we just talked about it.
Do research.
Yeah, we're gonna
room
go
14.
go and knock.
So you knock. You get a call from Blindside.
Thorsten's acting weird.
Weird how?
First off, he doesn't know who's working, and he's the head staff. Second, he sounds really, really preoccupied and like, oh, I'll check on it in a minute.
Well, what's he doing right now?
He's in the train. Or in the engine. I couldn't exactly open the door.
Maybe he was doing engineering things.
He's not an engineer.
Well, maybe there's
That's probably why he's preoccupied.
Yeah, he's probably stressed.
Sits on speaker.
Let me check on this first. Then maybe you can do your little peeky.
Yeah, do the thing.
And but don't just collapse here in the middle of the hall.
Please
That's-
catch me. I don't have control.
Not before we talk to
Well,
this guy.
yes, after that.
Then yeah, I'll catch you.
Thank you.
Then I'll just move forward to where I can watch the
Make it
entrance
weird.
to the
Not
car.
making it weird, you're making
He
it
seems
weird.
really weird.
So like the whole coach car, you're that way. You're in between the dining car and the engine.
Okay.
All right. So you guys knock on the door.
Jeez.
Knock, 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 knock.
No one answers.
Oh
Is
my
it-
god, he's dead inside. Keep
is
the
it-
door down.
Can
Unlocked.
I try the
Oh
handle?
yeah, it's unlocked. And the room is awash in blood.
Huh.
Boy, it's
Paint the walls
okay.
red.
He's gonna do a turn out.
Yeah, and
He's kind of lean against the wall. Listen, I can deal with burning flesh and hair. Blood's a whole different matter.
yeah, it's body matter. All right, quick peek around. Do I see any bodies?
Yes.
How many?
You see one body. It's almost difficult to recognize him as Rory.
But can I?
Yeah.
Yes.
How does it look like he was killed?
Based on the amount of blood in the room and the damage to his identifiable features and his person, it's been with some kind of bladed object.
Okay, like it looked like somebody just went ham on him then?
Yeah.
And we went from murder on the Seattle Express to
Murder on the
Seattle
Express.
Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's
Train saw massacre.
God damn it.
It's really good.
That was a good one.
And how
I'm
many
going.
hits did you get?
I got 4 hits.
4.
All right. With your 4 hits, because I know you were specifically asking about how he died. However, because you had gotten so many hits, something else that you noticed, just generally based on your cop senses, is that aside from the blood on everything, it doesn't seem like too much of a disturbance actually took place in the room.
Does he have defensive wounds?
Unless you move the body, it would be hard to tell.
Okay.
Secondary
I don't
question
want
about that.
to.
Where was the body
I don't want to
located?
examine the body. I
Laying on
want
the
the
bed
doctor
as
to.
if it had
Alright.
been standing on the floor. You said it seemed to have happened here, and there
I'm
are
taking
no
a skill
real there's no
autopsy
real
after this.
disturbance in the room.
Oh.
Does he seem to have been caught off guard in his
Yes.
position? Is what I'm saying.
On the floor, yes.
Okay.
I want to look around. Are there footprints in blood?
There are.
Are they his?
Some are his, others are daintier.
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 Smaller, or perhaps made with a female shoe. Because there's a definite difference between a small shoe and a heel.
I mean, I would say both of those descriptors are applicable.
So it's a lady.
Heel. Do we see a heel like a high-heeled shoe, Mark, or is it like a sneaker of a smaller size
Like
that
a
we have to
flat.
assume might be female?
It seems like some kind of grip.
Let's say we're having a small group chat conversation about these
Sure.
shoes. My first thought goes to a flat, gripped female shoe. It sounds like a working shoe. It's probably somebody on the staff.
Was Pauline part of the staff? I can't remember.
She was not.
She was not, but I'm just saying a small. If we know it's a female size and it's in a smaller shoe, most of the ladies on here have been dressed nicer. We can assume their shoes would be nicer.
Who-
Staff springs to mind.
Who else on the staff is a lady?
No one.
There isn't.
Yet, let me look over the list.
The only lady that was on staff is dead.
If that would explain why people have been going missing, so that Pauline could get on the train.
Who's missing from dinner?
Pauline.
Pauline.
Pauline was missing from dinner for sure.
We need to find Pauline. First and foremost, she could have.
Of the women on the train, Pauline was the only living missing woman.
Pauline is probably.
She also drunkenly joked about her husband dying.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean she wanted to kill him. Do you think if you figured out that the drug mule was Rory, do you think your buddy figured it out and tried to, cut that off?
No, I don't think so.
What if Rory wasn't the actual drug mule, and it was Pauline using Rory to get on this train?
It's entirely possible.
That's
That would
very
explain-
We need to find Pauline.
That would explain why people died before getting on the train, so
I would
that
say
she
we
could
need
get
to
on.
we need to find Pauline, and we also need to find Samuel.
Samuel, if you recall, was just in the kitchen.
Dining.
Not dining car. It was Sean.
okay.
Should
Right,
I knock
right,
on
that's
this
fair.
door and try to get Thorsten?
I don't think Samuel's
No.
got anything to do with it, but
Because now we have a murder on the train.
I say we leave Thorsten alone. Thorsten's only going to cause a panic. I mean, Thorsten's only going to do protocol, and that's going to work against us. We need to keep.
just in case, I'll go check him. He's not gonna know I'm there.
Yeah, hold tight on the whole Thorsten thing. I want to,
I'm gonna get someplace comfy.
because it's just gonna get in our way of investigating, honestly. Well, I mean, they're just gonna put the body in the freezer and then we can just take a look at it and say, yup, he got stabbed.
It's true, but I mean, once we alert the staff, everybody on the train knows, and if we can catch somebody.
Are there bloody footprints leading out?
No.
So they took their shoes off.
Is there a pair of bloody shoes in the room?
With a 4 perception, no. However, there is like a bathroom towel that seems to have been used to wipe up, and there doesn't seem to be any smear marks in the room.
So I'll check on Thorsten real quick. It'll take me half a second. And then we would check Pauline and Jiang.
We need to find Pauline. And check. And Jiang was with Samuel, so if Samuel didn't do it, then Jiang didn't.
Just strikes me odd. But, okay.
With all of the information Tony knows in character, this seems like the best plan we could formulate.
Yeah, so we need to find Pauline. I don't care how good you are at wiping shoes down with a towel, you're not going to get all the blood off of it.
No.
No,
There's
but you
gonna
can
be-
stop it from leaving tracks.
Yeah,
Right.
There's
But
still
we'll
going to
find
be
micro something.
Yeah, it's like when you see somebody in a wheelchair, you check the bottom of their shoes to see if there's any scuff marks, to see if they're a big fat.
Do you often go around doubting cripples?
Yes.
You're flopping in a blood-filled room.
No, I'm flopping in her arms in a blood-filled room.
Roll reaction.
Damn it.
He did warn
Think
me.
before you flop.
I don't. I only flop.
Is it only reaction, or
You'd
am I
think
rolling
that
anything
your
else?
brother would eventually learn to catch you.
Not
He
even
said,
reaction
"Hold
and
me," and
agility.
then started crumbling.
But dodge is reaction and agility, isn't it?
Well, is
Are you
there
trying to
still
dodge? Wait,
called
are you
catch?
trying to dodge out of the way of his falling
No.
body? Because then you could probably roll reaction and
But I
agility.
mean, like, it would make sense to me that
It's
the same
mostly
kind
a
of
joke, but I'll
instincts,
take it.
one would need to dodge a punch, or a wrench, or a dodgeball one would use to catch a falling body.
Well, again, that's the same thing. I'll present it to you guys. If someone is throwing something to you, what would you do to catch it? Would that just be a reaction, or what would that be?
Here's the question. I would say reaction and agility if it were a bad throw. But if someone is lobbing it right to you and you're just not expecting it, or dropping beside you quickly, I would say it's just reaction. Like, I want to help
The
you.
real question is, does catching something that's incoming at you equate dodging it.
I would also say the agility part of dodging comes from physically moving yourself out of the way fast enough. The reaction part
so
comes
maybe
from assessing the situation and
with
reacting.
agility. You mentioned agility. Maybe reaction and agility.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's dodge, though. Reaction and agility is
No,
dodge.
dodge is reaction and intuition.
Reaction and agility might work.
I was doing this for a goof. I wanted to see if he took stun damage. 1 point of stun damage. It doesn't...
It matters.
It doesn't matter that much.
If you're
Just let the GM say what it is. Why does it matter if he hits the floor?
Also,
It doesn't.
for
I'm
the
sorry.
record,
We're backseat GMing. Go ahead and roll.
for the record, a
She
lot
got
of
I got
time-
2.
You catch him.
Yes, thank you.
I'm gonna go check on Thorsten.
Alright,
the astral plane?
Thorsten, I mean, it's hard to tell because it's the astral
Yeah.
realm.
It's gonna be annoying.
But he seems to be examining things and recording based on his posture.
Okay, so he's kind of like bent over, looking at things, and
Yeah, and
Okay.
I mean, if a clipboard had an essence, it could be assumed he's writing
he's
things.
holding something.
Yeah.
Theobald.
Did you find Pauline?
What? No, I was checking on Thorsten.
We need to find Pauline too.
Hold me.
She's still holding you.
Okay. I'm just gonna go like kind of car by car through the train at light speed until I see her.
So you go car by car through the train, and you don't.
I go up and outside of the train.
There is someone on top of the train.
Neat.
How close did you get?
Not super.
Alright, because probably just before you go back into your body, you see a bright flash. Kind of like a flare being set off.
Okay. Someone's on the.
Oh my god, I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this.
We saw the call.
Sure.
I'm just asking. If we're not, we're not. That's fine.
Yeah,
I was
that's
just curious.
Guys, I'm going up on top of the train.
Someone's on the goddamn train.
Excuse the.
I'm
going on top of the
I'm
train.
going on top of the train.
Does the
That
person
that
on-
tin can better have some magnetic abilities if you're trying to go on top of this goddamn train.
Not only
It'll be fine. I've seen it in the trids 1,000 times. I'm sure it's super simple.
Katsu,
Yeah.
be careful. I don't know what they got, but whatever they did sent up something really bright in the astral plane. So who knows what the hell they're handling?
Hey, also, just maybe spitballing here. Maybe getting on top of the train is a terrible idea. Maybe we should all get together and talk about it and maybe weigh our
If they're on top of
options.
the train and they just shot a flare, they're trying to get away.
The flare was a literal flare. I'm sorry.
We don't know because I was on the astral plane, so I can't
Did you-
see.
Okay,
I told her something
totally,
bright.
I totally took it as a metaphorical spiritual flare, as in like a burst of energy. But if
We
it's a
don't know.
literal flare, okay. Well then, let me revise that slightly. Maybe
Take
somebody,
the bird.
maybe maybe. How are you planning to stay safe on the top of this train? Because that's important that you stay safe.
Yeah, I'll be safe. I'll be safe. It's fine. It's fine. What I'll do is I'll just go up there and get them.
Take the bird.
I am going to... Can I fit through the window?
You can squeeze through the
I'm going to squeeze through that window.
I am become bird, destroyer of people.
With your choice of outfit, did you choose to wear panties?
A thong.
Magpie is aware
Bless.
that you're wearing a thong.
Forgot you're about to do this whole fight scene in that dress.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you heard while you were smoking your cigarette, she specifically said, I'm gonna roundhouse kick, or what did you say, scissor kick, something. Which with those billowing fabrics you were describing so well earlier, and I'm not even making it sexual, that is gonna be badass.
Yeah.
Bless.
Magpie, there's very little to the imagination because granted the train is not moving as fast as it can. However, the train is still moving at train speed. So the fabric, although very sheer and already clingy, is outlining pretty much every sinewy muscle that it's covering.
A lot of muscle.
So it's both hot and terrifying.
Yes.
Good job, Katsu.
Some might describe it as carousing.
I'm going to stay low because I imagine that's an easier way of walking on the train instead of being full height. I'm going to kind of do a crouch.
While they're doing that, I think the only thing Tony's gonna be doing during this, personally, is
4 to 14.
heading from the kitchen, where he had been to
I'm good.
Miguel's room, because Miguel is the only thing he can really concern himself with at this point.